Hey, Brandon. So that's why you asked what color. Yeah, that's why I asked what color. I wasn't sure what color I should use. And that's actually just a test base. I've got it connected up to uh, uh, 3 cell battery right now. Boy, that was weird. I turned that light off and back on to low from the high setting a couple of minutes ago. I just now saw that happen on the YouTube stream. That's quite a delay. Wow. That's crazy. So I wonder if anybody will come watch tonight. So what do you think of it? I can't move it or it'll come disconnected from the battery because after I soldered the LEDs together, I just soldered the ends of the wires and stuck them in the end of a JST connector. So it's not really connected. It's just kind of stuck in the battery connector. But this is what I worked on today. Looks good. Well, I got another one. See if I can take this one out. It's kind of a tight fit in there. Take that one out and stick this one in. Tell me what you think of that one. I don't know. Can you see it? Maybe if I move the camera for a second, I can do this without tearing something up. Oh, good. I'm glad you like that servo. What do you mean you can't see it well? Oh, it'll. I moved the camera closer so it'll show up a lot better here in a minute. Let me switch over to the YouTube feed. Oh yeah, yeah. Um, wait for the YouTube feed to catch up with the live stream. Boy, that's a big delay. That's a long delay. That surprises me. Yeah, I've already moved the camera and put it back on the tripod and everything. Oh, really? Okay. Oh, wow. All right. So tell me in the chat when you see me put my hand up in front of the sign. Just then, by then I had already taken my hand away from the sign. And I wonder why that feed is so slow. Maybe I need to refresh it. Yeah, I had to refresh it. That's weird. But anyway, that's what's on the workbench this Wednesday, is making those signs. Oh man, that sucks. So did you get to see the close-up of it when I put the camera right down there on it? So what I'm going to do is, I've got another base made. I'm going to go ahead and turn this light on now so I can see. That's going to be hard on the camera. Move the tablet. Move this thing out of the way. So that's what I'm going to be working on tonight, is this. And that ain't going to work. There. I have a new base printed, and I'm going to work on this a little bit, because this is going to be fully self-contained. It's going to have room in the bottom to hold a 9-volt battery, and it's going to have a pressure switch mounted so that when you stick the sign into the base mount, it'll push on the switch and turn it on. And then to turn it off, you just lift it out. At least that's the plan. So yeah, and I got to clean off all of this. I clean off all of this support material out of here. Yeah. Wow, that whole thing snapped right out of there. Wow, that's cool. Not being able to have that light shine in here makes it kind of hard for me to see what I'm doing. Whoops. Dropping stuff on the floor makes it pretty easy for doing that. And then I made the top of the base and the bottom, I made it chamfered so that they go right together. So it fits together like that, one piece. And then this other base does the same thing. You see the wires in the bottom of it, but this was the original test base I made, but it does the same thing. It just slides together. Nice snug fit. No screws necessary. Just slides on there like that. And of course I got that in there backwards, but there. So that's how it'll look, except I made the base big enough to be able, so the base is a little bit wider. It's the same length, but it's a little bit wider and a little bit, it's the same size too. But this way there'll be room to fit a 9-volt battery in here. And I made a spot for the switch to go. And I'm going to use these rocker switches. These little travel cutoff switches. So that's going to get mounted in here. Like so. So that when you push the sign in, it depresses the switch. Turns on the light. That's my idea anyway. I don't know how well the idea is going to work, but that's the idea. And then it'll have 3 5mm LED lights in it. And they're 12-volt lights. And they'll be powered by a 9-volt battery. And they shine up through the slot in the middle. And that's how it works. So I got a video. I don't know how many people are watching. How many people are watching? 2? Just you and me, probably. Let's see. Present. Video file. Let's see if I can find it. Backup SSD. Here's the video. Open. Okay. Oh, there it is. I'm going to mute all that noise, but so this is about a 30-minute video of the CNC cutting mine out, engraving letters and stuff. That bit that's in the router right now is a 0.002 millimeter. Yeah, 0.002 millimeter V-bit, 10-degree V-bit. So the tip of that thing is about the size of a straight pin. And it goes through and carves out the width of the letter and everything to the depth I program it to. I did mine kind of backwards, really. I did mine on the front, and I didn't like it as well. So when I did this other one, I did it on the back, and the front is smooth. So I think it looks better that way. Now I just got to figure out how to do it with and polish the glass afterwards so that it's a nicer finish on the surface of the glass itself. But yeah, so that was my goal for tonight, was to work on this base, get the LEDs mounted in it, get the switch mounted in it, and hook it to the battery and put the thing in and test it and see if it works with the switch like I want it to, because this is all prototype. This is the first time around building this stuff. So, but the signs fit into the base very nicely. Maybe too loose to be able to put pressure on the switch and stay in there. This base, they fit a little more snug. You got to actually kind of push it in like that with a little pressure. So I'm thinking I might have to do the base with just a little bit tighter fit, because it won't stay on there like it does with this one. I got this one a little bit tighter and it'll stay on there. I mean, I can shake it around and everything and it won't come off. So yeah, so I just have to play with it all and see how it's going to work. I'm going to snap on through this video. Nobody watching, just you and me. How many does it show watching on your side? Phone is behind like 27 seconds. TV is far ahead. But I use that 002 V-bit for the carving, and then I put the 1/8 inch end mill in to do the circle. That's going to come up here in just a second. 2, 1 now. Yeah, I was the other viewer. I closed my YouTube screen. There, I got the end mill bit in there, the 1/8 inch end mill, and it's going to make 2 passes cutting that circle groove around it, and then I'll move it to do the cutout of the part, and it makes like 10 or 15 passes to cut it out. That nozzle you see hanging down there, that's hooked up to my air compressor, and it helps blow all the chips and stuff away from the cut. The first time around on a cut like this, it usually tends to wind chips around the bit and stuff, so I use that old saw blade to knock those off so they don't gather up and melt onto the bit. And then from then on, the air blower kind of does a pretty good job of keeping it clear and clean, and it just goes around and cuts it out. Does a good job. I'm gonna pull dinner out, still watching on the phone. Well, if you time it right, when you get back to your other room, you'll be able to watch it again on the TV if the TV's ahead of you. Or no, you'd be the other way around, wouldn't it? Anyway, I don't know. I'm confused. Pulling dinner out. What's for dinner? bit of support material hung up in there. There we go. That's what was making it stick up funny. Having that little bit of extra support material around it. Double chicken patty sandwich and potato. Well, that sounds good. I haven't had dinner yet. When I get around to it, I don't know what I'm going to have. Don't know what I'm going to do yet. But don't look like there's going to be any viewers on this live stream, so I may just cut it off. There ain't no sense in sitting here doing nothing. I got a bunch of research I need to get done. I can go sit at the big computer and do that instead of sitting here doing this with nobody watching but you and me. Yep. Baby Dutch potatoes cut up with olive oil and garlic salt. Man, that sounds good. It does. Do a little sanding block. I ain't gonna be doing any soldering tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and shut that off. Don't need that on for nothing. Yeah, buddy. That fits good. That's a nice tight fit, nice and snug with the two bottom pieces, the two base halves. Push them together and it holds itself together. Had the same thing for lunch, huh? I had breakfast. I had 3 eggs and 5 slices of bacon, and that's all I've had today so far. So I've not gotten to eat much today. Stayed busy out in the shop most of the day, messing with the CNC machine. But yeah, it's just, I got the tolerance just right. It doesn't wiggle or rattle, and it stays on there. So the only thing I got to fine tune now is getting this switch to fit in here so that it'll work. When you push the base in, it'll push the switch down and turn the light on. That's my grand plan. Just have the thing go in there. Finish that video up. You'd be starving if it was me. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty hungry, especially now that you're talking about eating and stuff. Hello, other viewer. Who's a viewing? Let's go see how many it says. It says there's 3. Well, who else is in here watching? That's my plan, to use that pressure switch, and this will slide in there and hit that little roller and push down on it and turn the switch on to connect the battery power. And I made the base big enough, I think, so a 9-volt battery will fit inside there. And bada boom, bada bing, done deal. 9-volt battery ought to light them 3 LEDs for a pretty long time, get a lot of hours of use out of it. That's what I'm thinking. But anyway, well, I'm going to go switch over to the other computer and get some research done. I need to see what it's going to take to polish this stuff and get all the little imperfections off of it so it looks nice. I don't know what all that is. Don't know what caused it. But it looks pretty terrible. Oh, you can't see it up there. Yeah, you can kind of see it on the camera. It kind of shows. But anyway. Yeah, I got to learn how to polish them. Once I get that figured out, then I'll be better off. But I wasn't going to show you yours tonight. I was just going to leave it be, you know, and just mess with it that way. Just show the one off with MKRC on it. And then I was going to work on this base, but hell, there ain't nobody here. So anyway, I'm gonna dump this. You can finish eating. I'll probably grab a bite to eat. And yeah, but you didn't know I had one for you already done. But anyway, I'll probably open Facebook on the PC so we can chat there if you want to. So that's the live stream for tonight. That's the project on Wednesday night, or Wednesday workbench. That's what it was. Messing with the CNC machine. Hasta la vista. Adios. Goodbye, auf Wiedersehen, and all that stuff.